Today we're covering STAAR Mixed Review number 3. Number 1 says Abdul is 5 feet tall. What equation can be used to determine h, Abdul's height, in centimeters if 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters? Okay. Well, first of all, I see a rate. I also see there are 3 numbers in this problem. Those are 2 things that indicate we need a proportion. So the rate is 1 inch to 2.54 centimeters. And then where do I need to put that, the 5 feet? Because neither one of the other units, I have inches and I have centimeters. So I probably need to change feet to inches. And there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So to change 5 feet to inches, I'm going to need to multiply by 12. So 5 times 12 would tell me how many inches he is. And the reason I wrote it like that and not just solving it is because we want an equation. And so the missing number is right there, height in centimeters. Now to solve the equation, we're going to need to cross multiply. So this would be 2.54 times 5 times 12. And the other side would be 1 times h, which is just h. Okay, so that is the equation. Number 2, the triangles shown below are similar. What line segment corresponds to AC? Well, if you will take the letters and match them, so like angle F here has a little square in the corner, which means a right angle. So it matches to the other side that has a little square in the corner. So it matches to angle C. I'm going to write where they match inside. So angle E here has 1 line that matches to angle A. Angle B and angle D both have 2 lines, so they match together. So it's looking for where does A and C. There's A, there's C. A goes with E and C goes with F, and you have to list them in the same order. So A goes with E and C goes with F. So AC corresponds to EF. Number 3, a storage container is shaped like a rectangular prism. The volume of the container is 1,360 cubic feet. The area of the base of the container is 160 square feet. What is the height of the container in feet? Well, first we're talking about volume of a rectangular prism. So the formula is area of the base times the height. And remember, a capital letter needs to be replaced with a different formula, or it stands for something like area of the base. So if they didn't tell you what the area was, you'll need to put in a different formula. However, in this problem, they did tell you. Area of the base is 160. So where the capital letter B is, I'm going to put 160. And then it says that the volume of the container is 1,360 cubic feet. So where the V is, I'm putting 1,360. And the thing we're looking for, what is the height, goes right there. We don't know what the height is. So we're trying to solve for H. Since this is multiplication, we're going to do the opposite, which is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 160. That cancels. Since that cancels on the right, the only thing left now is just the h. And on the left side, I need to divide that out. I notice that both numbers end in a 0, so I can cancel that. And I can go divide 136 by 16. So h is 8.5. Number 4. An advertising banner has 4 sections as modeled below. 2 sections are congruent trapezoids, and 2 sections are congruent right triangles. What is the area of the banner in square meters? So they said there's 2 congruent trapezoids. So this trapezoid and this trapezoid are the same. It also says there's 2 sections that are congruent right triangles. And I do see that there's those 4 sections. However, I also see that put together they all make one triangle. So if I'm trying to find the area of this, I'm going to probably try to find the area of a triangle. And if I look at the sheet, it says the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So I can see that the height of the triangle is 2 because the height has to be where there's a right angle. So height would be 2. And then I need to find out what the base is. This is 1.1 3/4 or 1.75. So if this triangle is the same as the one on the right, then that means this one has to be 1.75 also. And just like the trapezoid has a base of 1, if they're the same, then that means this also has to be 1. So if I add all those sections together, that'll tell me the base of the big triangle. 1.75 plus 1. Notice that I am lining up the decimals. So the base of the triangle is 5.50 or just 5.5. And I can simplify the 2's, which would leave me with just 5.5. So the area of this triangle is 5.5 square meters. Number 5. The net of an equilateral triangular pyramid is shown below. If all faces are congruent, what is the lateral surface area of the pyramid? Okay. Equilateral means that they're all the same size, so all the sides of the triangles are equal. And it says that all the faces are equal, so all 4 of the triangles are the same. And it just wants the lateral surface area, so that means not the base. That means not the bottom one, so only 3 triangles. And the formula for triangles is base times height divided by 2. And since we have 3 of them, we're going to multiply by 3. Okay, so we need the base of the triangle. And it says from here to here is 16. So it looks like that makes 2. So half of 16 would be 8. Each one of those must be 8. So the base of the triangles are 8. And the height, I can see on the middle triangle, is 6.93. And all of that has to be divided by 2 and multiplied times 3. So first I'm going to look for something to simplify. Can I simplify something with 2? Yes, the 8. So 8 divided by 2 would make 4, and 2 divided by 2 would be 1. And then I can just go straight across. I have 3 times 4, which is 12, then times 6.93. So 6.93 times 12. I get 8316. And there's 2 decimal spaces, so I need to go over 2 spaces. That would be 83.16. And it should be square millimeters. Number 6. Pentagon PQRT below models one side of a building. The sum of the interior angles of the pentagon is 540 degrees. Measure of angle R is 100 degrees, and angle Q is congruent to angle S. What is the measure of angle Q? Okay, so interior angles means the inside angles. And if I put them all together, they're going to equal 540. It says that angle R is 100. It also says that Q and S are the same. So let's give them the same letter since they are the same. They could both be N. And then P and T both have a little square in the corner, and that means they are 90 degrees. So if I put all of those together, they should add up to be 540. So 100 plus 90 plus 90 plus n equals 540. The first thing I want to do is combine all the like terms. These are like terms because they don't have any variables. They're just plain numbers, plain whole numbers actually. So if I add that together, it gets 280. And then I have an n plus another n. So I have 2 n's. They equal 540. And then I can just solve the equation. First step is to subtract. I'm subtracting the constant, the number that does not have a variable. Those cancel. So the only thing on the left side is 2n. And on the right side, get 260. The next step is to get the n by himself. So the opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. So I divide both sides by 2. Those cancel. N is by himself now. And 260 divided by 2 makes 130. So angle Q is 130 degrees. Number 7, Mildred has a bag of coins. The bag contains 10 dimes, 5 nickels, and 1 penny. She will randomly select 2 coins from the bag, one at a time, without replacement. What is the probability that Mildred will select a dime first, then a penny? Well, to start with, we need a total. So that makes 16 coins. Our total is 16. It says that first she's going to select a dime. So the probability of getting a dime on the first one is 10 out of 16. The next time, she's going to be looking for a penny, but it said she's not putting the dime back. So if she does not put the dime back, there's going to be one less coin. There's still only one penny because I didn't take a penny, I took a dime. But there's one less coin, that makes 15 coins. And then we need to multiply both of those fractions. So 10 times 1 is 10, and 16 times 15 240. Then we might want to simplify those zeros. So that left us with just 1 over 24. The probability of selecting a dime, then a penny, is 1 out of 24. Number 8. Jennifer painted a tabletop that is shaped like a circle. The circumference of the tabletop is 6 pi. What is the area of the tabletop in square feet? Okay, well, they gave us a circumference, and the formula for circumference is either 2 times pi times radius or pi times diameter. So if circumference equals 6 times pi, what do you think the 6 is? Yes, the 6 is the diameter. So if the 6 is the diameter, I can plug that into the formula for area. The area of a circle is pi times radius squared. And remember, you can go ahead and use the number 3 for pi. Since we can't use a calculator, we'll round it to 3. Times the radius. Well, if the diameter was 6, the radius will have to be half of that, which is 3. So radius is 3 to the second power. Remember, we have to do exponents first. So 3 to the second power means 3 times 3. So this is 9 times 3, which is 27. And when you pick the answer choice, be sure to pick the answer that's closest to 27. Number 9. The table below shows the number of votes for different school mascots. Based on the information in the table, what is the most reasonable prediction of the number of votes for Eagle out of the next 25 votes? So if we're making a prediction, we need to set up a proportion. Okay, so we're looking for the probability of an eagle. And it says 24. Well, 24 out of, I need a total. So we need to add all those numbers up. 18 plus 24 plus 3 plus 30. $75. So the total is 75. And we're making a prediction for the next 25. So my new total is going to be 25. Well, what would I do to 75 to get to 25? Divide by 3. So then I need to do the same thing up top. And 24 divided by 3 makes 8. So the most reasonable prediction is there will be 8 votes for Eagle. Number 10. Mona is buying a new car. She can choose a car with 2 doors or 4 doors. She can choose seat covers made of leather, fabric, or vinyl. She can choose a car color of silver, black, or white. The list below shows some of the possible outcomes of one number of doors, one type of seat cover, and one color. Which list shows all other possible outcomes of one number of doors, one type of seat cover, and one color. Okay, so what we need to look for is in this box, what's missing. Okay, so we've got 2 doors and 4 doors, leather fabric, and then all of these are silver, all of these are black, and all of these are white. So it looks like maybe we are missing vinyl. So choice A shows 2 doors with vinyl and silver. Well, that has vinyl, but choice A is missing the 4-door option. And B says 4 doors with vinyl and silver, vinyl and black, vinyl and white. So it's missing the 2-door option. So C shows 2-door and 4-door, 2-door, 4-door, 2-door, and 4-door. It shows white, black, and silver, all the colors, and they all say vinyl. So that might be it. Let's see, what's the difference between choice C and choice D? It looks like this one shows both 4 doors in black. It didn't show the 2-door option for black. And this one doesn't show the 4-door option for white. So the correct answer is C. Number 11. The figure shown was created by placing the vertices of a square on the circle. Use the ruler provided to measure the dimensions of the square and the circle to the nearest centimeter. What is the area of the shaded region of the figure in square centimeters? So they want the area, but of only the shaded part. So to figure that out, we're going to need to find the area of the circle and subtract the area of the square. Well, area of a circle is pi times radius squared, and area of a square is base times height. So I need to find the measurement of the radius and find the measurement of the base and height of the square. You'll need to use the ruler that is on your mathematics chart in order to measure these. Since it is a square, this side to this side will be the same as this side to this side. So the base and the height are basically going to be the same. And if you measure, you'll find that both sides are 7 centimeters. To find the radius, since I really can't see where the middle is, I'm going to go ahead and measure from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle. And if you measure the entire circle, you get 10 centimeters. So if I want the radius, I would need to divide that in half, which would be 5. Now I can plug the numbers into our formula. The number I'm going to use for pi is 3 because I'm just going to round. And the radius was 5, so 5 squared, minus the base of the square was 7, times the height, which is also 7 because it's a square. The first thing we need to do is the exponent. So 5 squared means 5 times 5, so that's 25, times 3, minus 7 times 7. Well, 3 times 25 is 75, minus 7 times 7, which is 49. And 75 minus 49 gets me 26. Now remember, we rounded pi way up here. So since we rounded to just 3, you're going to need to pick the answer that is closest to 26. The answer that is closest to 26.